wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah. I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want them, yeah.
Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily spreading like a rare disease, but I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim.
I'm built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
It's your boy Miguel Z with the VOW Wrestling New Japan Rebound Podcast. I've got a guest for you folks at StocktonCon.
What up, everybody? AJ Kirsch here, the voice and the host of StocktonCon. The value of wrestling is awesome, so subscribe on YouTube. Scan the QR code right here, now. Subscribe, check it out.
There we go.
You'll be glad you did.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, that part. Hey, man, shout out to Value of Wrestling. I'm right here with the Big Oos, San Jose. We gonna shut the shit down. Love and respect, though, man. Value of Wrestling. Hello.
Man, thank you, brother. Thank
It's the Value Wrestling. I'm the big time Mr. Z. We're here with the indie god himself, Matt Cardona.
This is real.
The Choppy Choppy is about to go down. Let's see it. Oh.
This guy just paid me $50. Matt Cardona, check out the Value of Wrestling.
Cool.
Oh, I think we're finally live. Finally getting this show up. Running right, running proper. No, not again. Not again what? Alrighty. Mr. Z over there talking about, I don't know what. But anyways, welcome to the Value Wrestling. Welcome to your Monday Night Post Show review for the July 29th, 2024 episode of Monday Night Raw, the go-home show for SummerSlam, which is happening this Saturday. August 3rd. It's finally August. It's crazy to think that we're already here. August is in the building, basically. We're knocking on the door. We're knocking on the threshold. But we're here to review it out the big time along with Mr. Paulus, Clarke. Mr. C has internet issues, so, well, tough to be him. Sorry about your luck, guy. But we're going to get into this review show. We're going to discuss it. Join in the chat. Join in the conversation. If you can see us and hear us, let us know. And we'll get this party started as soon as everything looks pretty. Come on. Get stupid systems. Everything worked great and fine last night. Why is it not wanting to work tonight? Mr. Z, how are we looking? It's kind of your ground. You're the one that's supposed to be watching, telling us if we look good or not. Anyways, it's Monday Night Raw. It's okay, great. It's Monday Night Raw. It's the go home show for SummerSlam, and we open the show with Seth Rollins coming out in another shirt he stole from Rebecca's closet, and he calls out Punk and Drew, and they come out. We were reminded at Seth that they cannot touch each other. They also can't touch him. This makes Punk rolls out of the ring. Drew calls him a coward, says to get back in here. Punk says he's not afraid of Drew or Seth. He's worried about what he's going to do, so he'll just take himself out of the situation, sit over here next to Pat. Seth knows he loves to call the shots and thinks he's in charge. Everything has to be Punk's way, but that's not how it will work, nor will SummerSlam work that way. He didn't have to be the referee. He volunteered because these two idiots scared off any official back there. But he can go back there and give the shirt back, and they don't have to have the fight. Punk calls Seth the bootlicking office boy, and then gets in. Drew tells Seth, don't listen to him. Their relationships are professional rivalry. Seth says he doesn't like both of them. There's only one rule, one regulation. They will listen to everything Seth says. Seth is basically going to do whatever he wants. Punk laughs at all of this. Drew says he's worried about the wrong person. He's worried, or Punk and Seth are getting into it, and then Drew butts in saying that he's worried about the wrong person. And he's worried about the man he screwed over and over again. I hate you. He hates Punk. Blah, blah, blah. Eventually, we get them face to face. Punk and Drew. Drew holds up the bracelet. We get some CM Punk chants. This was a segment with CM Punk that I think they really dropped the ball in because it did nothing. It's another one of these can't touch each other. Seth Rollins came out and just nothing in this really made me more excited for the match. It's basically Seth saying, no, there's no rules except the rules I want to make up as we go. So it just leaves open that question, who might Seth decide to screw over in the end of this? I don't feel anybody got over in any of this. I don't know. This is kind of like I'm ready for this match. Let's have the match. Hopefully it's the fight that they're advertising it to be, but I don't know. The segment didn't, for what they tried to hype it up to be, I just felt like it didn't live up to anything. It was a whole bunch of jaw-jacking, and I don't know. There's a lot of Seth talking more than...
That's exactly what I expected it to be, though. Like, what really, outside of having a random brawl, what really could they really say to each other at this point that they haven't said for the last several months?
Yeah. It was not... This is basically Seth saying, I'm going to make up the rules as I go. And you're just kind of like, okay. Leaving this scenario, he's going to screw over somebody. Who, we don't know. And we finally got the bracelet back in the storyline, which is like, oh, okay, now we're going to remember the bracelet all of a sudden. Yes, Mr. Z, it definitely felt flat in some of it. Broadcasting for 2 weeks in memory of Tony Khan. What? Breaking news, Tony Khan, one of the founders of AEW, suffered a heart attack at home and fell to the ground. He died at the age of 42 after being rescued on the way to the hospital. Okay. This must be our buddy. He must have transferred from Miles Tyne to BBC News. Welcome to the show. I guess if we're getting BBC News, the British Broadcasting Channel's news, in our feed, we might as well jump up and down and be excited. We're making some moves. That's who we're getting in the chat. Alrighty. Anyways, from there, we go backstage to the Judgment Day headquarters. The teams find themselves in a heap of worry as their headquarters, including their PlayStation gaming system, has been torn to disarray. Rhea blames Liv Morgan. Dominic will handle it. Yada, yada, yada. Another part of the Days of Your Life story.
It's not even Days of Our Lives worthy.
Yeah. We go to commercial, we come back, we're there. Priest walks in to speak. He tells Finn Balor he should be out there tonight. Finn says no, they need to handle Sammy and Jay. The young upstart Dominic says Carlito should handle them, and he agrees. What trouble will Carlito lead our... Okay, this guy's writing a narrative. I hate when people write narratives. Anyways. Carlito goes off to talk to Mr. Pierce about it, and we get our first match of the night. Otis and Akira Tozawa versus the Creed brothers. a decent, solid match between the four. Nothing spectacular here. You knew what you're going to get. Otis goes for a caterpillar. Otis is second rope, but the Brutus attacks from the back. Both of them get him and do a suplex off the ropes. The Creed brothers climb up to join Otis, attack in the back, and they hit a back suplex on Otis for the cover for 1, 2, 3. The Creed brothers get a big win here. After the match, Chad Gable attacks Otis with an ankle lock. In comes Maxine. She jumps on the back of Gable, trying to choke him. He starts yelling at her. She smacks him. Gable tries to corner Maxine. The lights go out. The crowd starts shouting, "You effed up." And out comes the Wyatt Sick. You're the worst commentator out of all of these idiots when you write shit like this. You're just garbage. Not Mr. Clarke. Don't get me confused. The person who wrote this commentary that we're reading through wants to call them the Bunny, the Pig Boy, and the Buzzard. It's like, okay, can we just, no. You're an idiot. Anyways, they come down, and for the first time, we see them all remove their mask. We see Gacy, Dexter Loomis, and Eric Rowan as they remove their mask. Gable turns to leave, but the Sister Abigail comes flying out of nowhere, and then they attack. The only thing that was disappointing in this, well, then Gable got out of the ring. He started leaving, ran into Uncle Howdy on the entranceway. And the only thing that really sucked about all this is we got the 3-man unmasked, and nobody says shit about who they were. It was just like they got unmasked. You didn't hear the commentators go, "Holy, that's Casey," or "That's Dexter Loomis. We didn't know where he's been." There was like nothing. There was no reaction to them unmasking. I'm just like, we know Rowan is playing this part, but we had not been introduced to Gacy and Dexter Loomis up to this point. So them being unmasked, I felt like they totally dropped the whole ball of being like, "Oh, holy crap, it's then."
Also, to me, it didn't help that we're calling Nikki Cross Sister Abigail. Michael Cole actually called her Sister
Abigail.
Abigail.
She called her Sister Abigail. Now we know she's Sister Abigail when they hadn't called her that before. But we still haven't had, she hasn't really been unmasked, so I get why you maybe want to call it that. But I mean, we didn't even get, like, nobody freaked out. Like Michael Cole, but "That's Gacy, that's Dexter Loomis, these guys, where have they been?" Because yes, we know Rowan's a part of it, but we hadn't seen the other two. I mean, we know if you know, but I mean, in TV, nobody had been seen, and so it was just kind of like, I don't know. At least, I mean, at least we know they're going to take off their mask and wrestle. Dexter Loomis looking like a total freak, though. I mean, braids and all, and total different look.
Yeah, those yellow braids look really strange to me. I'm like,
wow.
Well, that's a choice. That's definitely a choice.
So, we'll see how this goes. Of course, this all leads into something we'll talk about later. But decent match. I don't know what to say about this match. It was a match for match's sake. It was more of a leading into Wyatt 6. We finally see Gable with the Creed brothers doing their things. Otis and Kieran Cesaro are tag team jobbers. The former Otis, who was part of Heavy Machinery, which was part of one of the best tag teams in professional wrestling when they first came in. Then they were separated, and Otis has been regulated to being a tag team guy ever since. It's like that. Yes, they gave him the Money in the Bank. They had the storyline with Mandy Rose. And that was about it. And after that storyline died, he's been pretty much a tag team guy. It always makes me go back and wonder why they ever separated him from Tucker.
I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. Tucker never really did much for me, so I mean, it's like they could have done more with Heavy Machinery, I guess. I don't know.
They could have.
I still think there's money in Otis,
but
they actually have to write it to.
Yeah. Up there.
They have to actually let him do his thing.
He's just filling in for pothole sakes. Anyways, we're back. We are on the back. Carlito has created quite a predicament as he set up a match between Dominic Mysterio and Sammy. Dom was supposed to handle Jay. Carlito was supposed to handle Sammy, but now Dominic's going to wrestle Sammy, and Carlito has to go make a match with himself and Jay Uso. And yeah, Carlitos doesn't think it's cool.
Oh, well.
That's what he said. That's not cool. When Rhea told him nobody was going to be out there to help him. Anyways, we got Sheamus and Bronson Reed in the highlight of the night when Reed said, "King Kong ain't got shit on me." This is the match that's been building. We got a 16 belts. The Bowery. He wants the corner, but Pete Dunne shows up on the apron with his shillelagh. He clocks Sheamus A good one. Sheamus is KO'd. Reed rolls into the ring. Ref turns him. Tsunami. 1, 2, 3. Bronson Reed gets a big win. Bronson Reed getting kind of the sideshow as we build to a Sheamus Pete Dunne match that I don't think anybody asked for.
Yep. I actually like Pete Dunne in this role. I like seeing the aggression and not just the goofy cartoonish when he was Butch, but just raw savagery.
What happened to his tag team partner? Is he injured?
He's in NXT.
He's back in NXT.
Oh,
again?
it's tag. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the third member of the Brawling Brutes. Not his actual tag team partner is hurt right now. That's why he's out.
Okay. See, that's what I'm missing because he was kind of on a babyface tag team, and then all of a sudden he's out here and he's attacking Sheamus, and we really haven't got a good reason for it. And I'm just kind of like, okay. And I don't know if Pete Dunne's been. I like Pete Dunne and the seriousness. Yes, I get what you're saying, but it's just kind of like I don't know, like why. I don't know. I just haven't been ready.
I'm assuming we get this. I know this is a lot of assuming, but I'm assuming we're going to get more story eventually as we finally get towards a one-on-one versus Pete Dunne and Sheamus.
Well, I'm hoping maybe they'll be on.
There's a lot of assumptions on our part, but yes, they do need to explain it a little bit more.
Hopefully, we get something. Maybe they'll do something at SummerSlam. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, this is weird, and it's like I don't know. Just get him in there and fight. This other stuff's not really doing me any good unless you're going to give me more valid of a reason to buy into it. And of course, you really haven't built
Right.
Pete Dunne. What Pete Dunne has done in NXT, I can see him as a threat to Sheamus on the main roster. And since he's been Butch, and recently, I'm just kind of like, okay, him against Sheamus doesn't feel like he really built Pete Dunne to a point where it's like, okay, I don't know. And of course, we don't know when this match is actually going to happen. I don't know how much longer this. We're gonna tease you, you know, because Sheamus faced Bronson Reed, and you're like, okay. And in here, we get a video package to hype Braun Breaker, where he says he only took Sammy as seriously as he would a stand-up comic. He's making fun of Sammy in his comic show, yada yada yada, and we're supposed to buy into Braun Breaker being something. I can't get behind Braun Breaker because it's just like we're going to push him in their Intercontinental title, but they haven't done anything with him. Then he got beat by Sammy at Money in the Bank, which kind of derailed this whole moment. It's like, yeah.
Well, here's also a part of the problem. If you have to call him a badass and not show him as a badass, it kind of dilutes everything.
He should just be beating people. Just run. He should be Goldberg build. I don't know why you're not doing this. I don't know why he's even fighting for a title right now. If you're trying to put the title on him to try to make the man out with the title instead of the man making the title, it's not going to work. I think he's going to win it. I think they're going to put the IC title on him, and I don't think it's going to have anything because there's just no backing. Because cool, he beats Sammy, he wins the title. Now he has all these people coming after him who I mean, are we really gonna? Are we gonna do a Gunther thing? Is it gonna go a long time with the IC title? Like we've just seen that. I don't know if we need to repeat that. So we'll see. SummerSlam's gonna be.
We'll talk more on Wednesday when we do the prediction video.
Anyways, we got Carlito versus Jey Uso, and Carlito out there. But he gets rolled up by Jey into his spirit. 1, 2, 3. That was a match. Jey Uso beat Carlito.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing to say to it. It was just Carlito being a dumb butt got himself in a match with Jey Uso. Jey Uso beat Carlito. Carlito's just kind of there to be.
I was like, it was a cool, little TV match, but you knew it wasn't really going anywhere after that.
No. Backstage, Selena Vega's there. She's talking about her arm, and then she gets attacked. So we won't go there. But anyways, they attacked, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know if I care about anything that you're doing. It's just like nobody here has been presented in like some magical anyway. It's like, And of course, it doesn't get better. It doesn't get better because later in the night we get to see the three best friends in action. At least maybe they have a storyline, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, since they don't have anybody from The Miz to wrestle, guess what? He's going to be the host of SummerSlam. And he's going to bring hors d'oeuvres because R-Truth wants hors d'oeuvres. And they made this big joke about being the host in his house, and it hurt my head. And I'm like, cool. And the last thing I needed to care about was having him host for SummerSlam. Why isn't Joey Roll the host of SummerSlam? You're going to have him in the why do I need The Miz as a host? Miz has been a host. He did it for WrestleMania. We don't have anything for you to do, Miz, so we're going to make you the host of SummerSlam.
It is what it is. I mean, there's really not much to go on about that.
Karrion Kross wants some mic time first. He says he was notified that Kofi re-injured his shoulder, and that's why he's not here. Does Woods believe that? No, he didn't come because the world no longer revolves around him. Also, Minnesota's a hellhole. He wanted to give Woods a way out of this beating. He still believes in him. He wants Woods to join the Final Testament, and then he wants Woods to tell the children the power of positivity is a big lie. And he also wants to tell Kofi that he should have retired when he lost the title in 6 seconds. Leading to Woods attacking, only for Woods to get chewed up, spit out, and dropped in a final prayer. Karrion Kross gets a mediocre win over a mediocre Woods. And that doesn't mean Woods isn't a better wrestler than the way he's being presented. But how many more times do I need a Karrion Kross, Xavier Woods, Karrion Kross, Kofi Kingston match? Can we get to the next point of this storyline? Because it's just the same thing every week. I get Kofi's
here's what I don't understand. Right. That's understandable. But what is the point of why, from a character standpoint, why does Karrion Kross even want Woods in his stable when he's just beating him down week after week? Yeah. It's like, unless you need a young boy or something,
but
go wash my laundry. I don't know.
But Xavier's not even a young boy.
No, I'm saying like treating him like a young boy.
I know.
It's like, go wash my laundry. Go, I don't know,
I
cook us dinner. I
don't know what this story, this purpose is. It just keeps going on, though. And I'm just like, okay.
Right.
Give me something. It's just the same thing every week. Join me or else. And then Kofi doesn't, or Xavier doesn't join. He gets beaten down. And, of course, Kofi being hurt again is kind of killing, I think, the momentum of the story. I'm assuming that maybe this leads to Kofi and Xavier. This may be what they're building towards, possibly Big E's return. I don't know if they're trying to stretch this out, if Big E is closer. But, of course, the last few things I've heard about Big E, I don't even know if Big E wants to get back in the wrestling ring from things he said.
Right. Like about all this is that they're using... It's like they're talking about the live events, which is like, hey, here's a quick plug. It's like, you should come see us live on top of, the television product.
Yeah.
Because things actually happen there now that matter in the TV product. It's continuity.
Anyways, we're backstage. Sammy is here. Sammy says he did a comedy show the night before the match in Toronto and he beat Braun. Braun said it himself. He underestimated Sammy. Clearly, he's not doing that anymore. He has jumped Sammy from behind week after week, even last week when he teamed with his dog, his Oos. Every week it's fine. He gets it. Braun is hungry. His attitude is different this time around. This time it's not just about beating Braun's ass as the Judgment Day, and we'll go handle that right now. Oh, it's not just about he's going to destroy Braun and he's going to go handle the Judgment Day. And we follow Sammy up the entranceway and out to the crowd. And as Sammy's making his entrance, we get a vignette with Liv Morgan crying over a fiery barrel, dumping all the Dom stuff in there, crying and boo-hooing over Dominic Mysterio, which just makes you go, why? Anywho, she's going to come out as Women's World Champion, and that was that.
For a minute, I thought she was going to be joined by the Unholy Union, our current women's tag team champions, with some kind of witchery or something. Just the way they kind of filmed this vignette.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no. I'm kind of glad they didn't, but
anyway,
they had me worried.
From there, Sami Zayn is in a match with Dominic Mysterio. Of course, the title's on a line. Dom with a dropkick. Sami sends Sami to the ropes. He tries for a 619, but Sami hits a clothesline. He grabs Sami. Blue Thunderbomb, cover for 2. Judgment Day out to attack Sami, so the match is thrown out. DQ. Judgment Day continues to attack, but here comes this Saturday. We get the ending of as the world champion. No, I can't promise you that.
Right.
You got to think there may be a major twist in this. Dominic may join Liv and twist it all around. Don't just believe what you think you believe. Anything could happen. And it doesn't mean it's going to end. I doubt it ends right now. Anyway, Judgment Day comes out and attack. Out comes Jey Uso. He clears the ring. Sammy sends tall, but here's Braun Breaker. He tries for a spear. Sammy hits a big kick. Exploder in the corner. Tries for a Luva kick, but Braun runs out of the way. More build to SummerSlam. That just, nah.
It almost feels like SmackDown from this past week.
Yeah, I know. Just kind of mailed it
We're
in.
just kind of in the holding pattern just to get to SummerSlam.
I know. Sad, because it's like they've done really good until all of a sudden we just kind of hit this road bumps of just kind of like, we're stagnant. We don't know what to do. We don't know where to go. And I don't understand that. We got a new Wyatt 6 tape with Dexter Lumis all done up. He says they built an empire in ecstasy, then laughed as they watched him drown. But here, there is freedom. Hello, Parker. Welcome to the show. There is freedom in sinking. Look at what he has become. Tell Howdy Brother. Tell him what should they do when the buzzer starts circling and he shouts run. It's in coast mode until SummerSlam, pretty much. So Dexter Lumis using the run. We get to see his face. He's got the dreads and the paint. So, but at least we know it's Dexter Lumis for sure. You can tell that much. But we'll see what we're doing with the Dexter Lumis character here.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see him because when I saw him with that dreads, I almost thought for a second, are we seeing TNA Raven? The yellow dreads is coming out. What is going on?
Anyway, Chad Gable's backstage, and he has some breaking news for us. He's figured out all the members of the Wyatt Six except one. He's figured out Gacy, Lumis, and Rowan are the other members of the Wyatt Six, and Pierce is like, I know. And now Gable wants those 6 men in a match next week on Raw, so it'll be the 3 members of Rowan, Lumis, and Gacy taking on Gable and the Creed brothers in a match. Why the Creed brothers would even want to be in this match at all, I don't know. So we're going to get to see these 6 in action next week. We're probably going to see some of it take place. I don't know why they didn't just show this match on SummerSlam.
Yeah, that would make more sense to me too.
Better debut place in Raw.
But at least we're going to get Gacy's main roster debut.
Yes.
I've watched him in NXT. He's a fantastic wrestler. He can actually work the mic.
Yeah. Well, they did hit a couple of interesting moves
roster
there. Dexter Lumis jumped into Gacy's arms, and Gacy power bombed him into one of the Creed brothers. So we'll see what these guys are going to work up together. Rhea Ripley got her promo against Liv. And then for the 20 millionth week in a row, we had Lyra Valkyria and Kaden Carter and Katana Chance against the best friends of Sonya Deville, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Starks. Zoe Starks picks up the win this time, and there wasn't much else to say. I thought Lyra Valkyrie was going to be something special, and it seems like she's being thrown there with Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, and it's just kind of like, why? Anyways, and this whole match was pointless because now Damage Control are baby faces as they come out charging to the ring to take down the Best Friends group. And now we're supposed to be behind Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Dakota Kai as the new babyface Damage Control out of nowhere. And
it's really weird.
It's all too confusing. I get they want to be the most dominant group in Raw, but I don't know what to say about any of this. Gunther is shown in the empty arena. He gets a promo on Balor. He talks about Balor being trash and Judgment Day being trash, and everybody's trash under Gunther. This led to Gunther versus Finn Balor, which was about the only good match on the show. What crack are you smoking, sir? Did you just want to put your foot in the mouth before the night? The women's division's overloaded. When we just talked about how the division was looking good, now that they're outing Delta, Julia, and Stephanie Valcour, at least in the NXT,
But
which
those
helps
three are going to
overall.
NXT.
That's what I just said. They're going to add an NXT, but the overall women's division is looking good. So I don't know how you could say it was overloaded. Everybody was complaining that there wasn't enough women on the show, and now you're complaining that it's overloaded.
And this is why he's the brand ambassador for Tasty Toes.
Gunther picks up a win over Finn Balor. Sadly, Gunther choked out.
We saw that a mile away. Come on.
I'm just tired of seeing Balor lose. He walks up, ref calls the match, and it was a decent match between the two. Gunther didn't release just to hold long enough for Finn to get some air, and then he locks back in. This brings out Priest and Gunther, yada yada. And Raw was a Raw that you were just like, it felt melded, it felt half done. I see somebody thought it was awesome. I'm glad somebody thought it was awesome because I thought it was very mid, almost boring. It's just, I don't know what they're doing right now. I get that we're going into SummerSlam, but they're not really continuing the hype they built for several weeks. They've had so much hype, and this week, since SmackDown, it feels like they're mailing in these shows. I don't know what's going on. It just feels like a mid-half-ass show. I'm tired of seeing Lyra Valkyrie with Kaden Carter and Katana Chance taking on the best friends of Sonya Deville, Zoe Starks and Shayna Baszler. Hopefully that ends now, but now that means they're going to move on to fighting with Damage Control. I hope they give us, I don't know. The Wyatt Six looking okay. We're going to get to see them. But Bronson Reed winning kind of in a match. He got its own confusion, but being used as a secondary player in another storyline. Braun Breaker, just, yeah. I don't know what to say. Your thoughts?
What I don't understand is why they don't take Bronson Reed, and kind of make him an island to his own. Have him in a storyline. Obviously, it's not for a title, but that does something that actually helps elevate him and whoever he's working with, as opposed to this 50-50 booking with him. And Chief wins when he does win.
Yes. Well, I don't know why Braun Breaker isn't, being built as the Goldberg. I mean, he shouldn't be fighting for a title either. He should be just running through people. He should be, I don't know. And then you got Karrion Kross still dancing with Xavier Woods in the storyline that almost seems pointless. And AOP getting more screen time than before, but not even really in a match. And it's just kind of like, where are we going with all this stuff? We're at SummerSlam. SummerSlam feels kind of, I don't know, it feels like it lost a lot of steam in the last week and a half.
I mean, I feel by the time we actually get there, the pay-per-view or the premium live event will be fun. But you're right, it's not as hype as it could have been.
Well, I'm not as excited as I should be going into it. Yes, it'll be a good pay-per-view, but I'm kind of like blah right now. I'm kind of like, I don't feel really excited about Logan Paul and LA Knight. Cody and the Solo Sikoa story, I'm kind of like, blah.
We're already beyond that. We're waiting for Roman.
Yeah, it's kind of like they've set it up like everybody's waiting for Roman to show up or The Rock or something is going to happen. It's almost too predictable. Sammy versus Braun Breaker, you're just kind of like, I feel like they're going to go in the wrong direction there. Rhea and Liv Morgan may be the only exciting thing that I can feel coming up on the show that they've had some hype to. Of course, I think after last week, they kind of dropped the ball with the vignettes and not a confrontation. I don't know. I think Liv should be a little, if she's going to go tearing up the Judgment Day locker room, she should have been kind of out there causing Judgment Day to completely lose all day, causing complete distractions more than ever. She needs to go complete lunatic type of thing. So I'm like, I feel like they missed that.
Liv Morgan going psycho is what got her over in her current character.
Yeah. I don't feel like they hit
whether
it with
it's doing something extreme, whether it's saying something extreme.
And I don't feel like they did anything here. And I'm afraid that I feel like Damian Priest is going to get swallowed by Gunther. I just, the way Damian Priest is kind of coming off, Judgment Day looks kind of weak. And Damian Priest is just not looking on that level. Gunther's running over him in the promos and the look. And
I think Damien's doing good, but yes, Gunther is looking a bit better.
Yes, that's all. I'm not saying Damien's horrible, but I'm just like, they've really elevated Gunther so high that you kind of look at Damian Priest and go, ah.
I don't know if Damien is dropping at SummerSlam or if he's dropping at Bash at Berlin. It can go either way to me. We'll find out, obviously, at SummerSlam.
And other news, I guess we didn't see this. If you didn't see the moment with Dakota Kai on the TV screen, a Wyatt symbol appeared behind her. And somebody reminded us, the Wyatt Six are targeting people who betrayed their family. So will she be the next person on the hit list? Gonna get interesting. SummerSlam's around the corner. That'll be Saturday. We will be watching that. We'll give you a full ride. Hopefully, we'll be a little more excited. We'll be here for a SmackDown post-show review. Hopefully, that's a little more exciting. At least maybe something compounds, blows up, adds a little heat to the last-minute steam. Otherwise, it's kind of... I think there's like 7 or 8 matches on SummerSlam card, which is kind of odd. I guess that's a good thing. I don't know. But yeah. We're heading to SummerSlam. It doesn't feel like it, but we are. But, yeah. And, of course, we'll be here. Well, we won't be here, but we will be on the Patreon on Wednesday for a full SummerSlam prediction show. So make sure you go over and sign up for the Patreon. That is in the description below. Check that down below and sign up there because we will be there exclusively on Wednesday, along with other content that's coming out and other videos, more stuff coming out throughout the week. The weekly roundup, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Rebound podcast will be up on Patreon tomorrow, and then it'll be on YouTube on Wednesday. And there's other videos and other stuff that's coming out, so make sure you ring that bell for notifications. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to the Value Wrestling right here on YouTube. Go over to Patreon, subscribe over there for the free membership, so you can join us Wednesday when we do our SmackDown predictions, or not SmackDown, SummerSlam prediction show. Let me just say every PLE I can in that whole sentence. Anything else you need to add to this short-lived show? I always feel like it's like, okay, we didn't go. We're not even at 40 minutes yet. I'm just kind of like, there wasn't enough to really get excited about in Raw. There wasn't a whole lot to talk about. There wasn't really a whole lot to exchange in the conversation. I mean, it was a show.
Unfortunately. I mean, that's the problem with kind of placeholder shows, if you will.
Yeah.
Bridging just to the PLE. But, you know, at least our channel, well, between the YouTube channel and
It's a disease. It's a disease. It just enters your mouth. You start thinking about the thought, and you're going with it, and all of a sudden, it's just like, I was going to say that, but I don't know what I was going to say now. Not just me.
With tomorrow, that, you know, on Patreon, obviously, like you said, we got the New Japan Rebound podcast. There'll be the Tuesday's news and notes on the Patreon. Wednesday, like you said, we're going to have on Patreon our preview show for SummerSlam. On YouTube, Jane will have her debut edition of In Markdom We Trust. So that should be interesting to have Jane's return. Some more scattered in this week. Haven't gotten quite an exact confirmation. It also depends on how long it takes me to put some of this stuff together. There'll be 4 versions of Catching Up With. That covers NXT, NWA Power, TNA Impact, and Ring of Honor.
And that'll be on Patreon?
Yeah, I'm not sure really what days because...
No, that's on the
Patreon.
On Patreon. Yeah, Patreon exclusive and other content that you want to go check out on Patreon. That's what I was trying to get to. Alrighty.
Because 2 shows happen on Tuesday and 2 shows happen on Thursday.
Yes.
as far as the actual wrestling shows.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be two of them will be on Wednesday on the Patreon, and two of them on Friday. So the day after the actual wrestling shows air is when the catching up reviews will be on.
Hey, Mr. Z, are you still watching us? Are you still there, Mr. Z? Yes, it will be fun when we do the breakdown of SummerSlam, the prediction show. That'll be on Patreon exclusive. It'll be an open mic. It'll be a hot mic. It'll be everything goes. So that's always why you want to watch this when we're live on the Patreon. You never know what will come out or how things will come out or what will happen. Mr. Z.
And even if WWE, for whatever reason...
Yeah, right. Your Giants just traded away... We're going to talk baseball for a second, but your Giants just traded Luke Jackson, relief pitcher, and Jorge Soler to the Atlanta Braves for Tyler Bancic and Sabin Sabelos. So the Braves just got Jorge Soler back, who was a big part of them winning the World Series in 2021. And your Giants had picked him up and just traded him. But yeah, lots going on in the wrestling world. Sorry, I had to talk baseball there. I had to give Mr. Z a little hard time while we're live on air. But
got a real quick question that I know the answer to, or at least I feel like I know the answer to.
Uh-huh.
I'm not even going to name the website because this is the most ludicrous question to me. However, should Vince Russo be inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame? Short and sweet. Thank you.
Bro, come on. I'm the greatest that ever been, bro. I can do it better than anybody, bro. I'm better than 80% of the people they ever had in WCW, bro. I should be a Hall of Famer, bro. I'm going to create the Vince Russo Wrestling Hall of Fame, bro, just so I can induct myself into it, bro. That's how you do it, bro.
Jeez. He is no Montel Jordan. This is how you do it.
Bro, look, I don't have to do that, bro, because I am the bro. A bro.
But I thought...
it don't matter what you thought. What you thought was wrong, bro. It's that simple. You thought and you were wrong, bro, because Vince Russo, bro, is always right, bro. I know all the answers before you say them, bro.
Hell no.
I am better than that, bro. Bro, I am Vince Russo, bro. This is how you know, bro. Bro, this is how we do it, bro. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get out of here. Join us for Wednesday for the SummerSlam prediction show when we go live on the Patreon. Uncensored. Should be lots of fun. We'll see you on the next one. Mr. Clarke, tell me good night.